How are you today? I hope this video finds you in amazing spirits, and if it doesn't, hopefully I can help you. I had spoken earlier, some videos ago, about expectations and the danger of expecting things from other people, and that most of the time when we expect things from other people, what we are guaranteed is that we will be let down. Now, the reason for this is not because those people are horrible people, but because they have their own journeys. Now, when it comes to expecting things from others, that's a pretty easy thing to kind of understand. But the one that not only harms us, but it almost keeps us from living the best life possible, and that is having unrealistic expectations of ourselves. So that's what I want to talk about briefly today, is the expectations that we have of ourselves. What do I mean by that? Well, let's see. And a good example of that is if I have expectations of what I believe a man to be. Great example. I'm a male, right? So if I believe that it's a man's responsibility to always provide and protect, to always be strong, to never show weakness, and to always believe certain things in life, that is an unrealistic expectation. Because as a human being, I'm going to feel a certain way about things. I'm going to not always feel the greatest when it comes to things that are harmful to me. I'm not always going to be the person that looks out for everybody else. Sometimes I'm going to feel weak. Sometimes I'm not going to be happy. But if I create that unrealistic expectation of myself based on what I perceive a man to be, then my quality of life could suffer. And if my quality of life suffers, then those who I love suffer as well, right? Because if I don't feel good about me, then how can I assist others in feeling good? And when I say assist, I mean creating a positive environment for them to make their own choices. I can't make anyone feel good. But if I am a pleasant person, as I'm around those people, I can give them a better environment in which to feel good, because I'm not taking away from them by being negative. That's what I mean. So it's really a foundational truth that we should always seek to have realistic expectations of ourselves, to understand that we're human beings. Okay, we're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We're never always going to make the right decisions. We're never always going to do or say the right things. So if we expect ourselves to be human, remember, wake with a sense of humility and gratitude and seeking clarity every day, then our expectations of ourselves lower, not in that we don't expect more from ourselves, but that we don't pressure ourselves and create environments of anxiety within our minds and in our spirits, because we have these unrealistic expectations of ourselves that either we have created or that we've gotten from other people. See, here's the thing. We all have 24 hours, and even the 24 hours isn't guaranteed to us, but every day is a new day for each and every one of us. If we take any time trying to live a life that someone else dictated that we should live, or that we ourselves have dictated that we should live, what we're doing is taking away the awesomeness of that day. We're stepping down how amazing that day could actually be. Think about how free our minds would be if we didn't have unrealistic expectations of ourselves, unrealistic expectations of others. Think about how amazing our lives and our journey would be if we woke up every day with the intention of learning, okay, challenging ourselves with the belief that we don't have all the answers, with being absolutely grateful and celebrating every little success in our lives throughout that day, and seeking to understand more and more and more. Imagine how amazing our days would be. But see, if we have those expectations of self and they're way too high, then what we do is we begin to pressure ourselves. We lose joy. For every 60 seconds we're angry or disappointed or anxious, we lose a minute of joy. So it's so important to me that you don't expect things from other people, but absolutely when you're looking at yourself, make sure that you set worthy expectations of you. Now, am I saying don't challenge yourself? Absolutely not. We should challenge ourselves every day to be a better us today than we were yesterday. So we should always challenge ourselves. I don't want to misrepresent that. But at the same time, it is so important that we don't burden ourselves with these unrealistic expectations. For me, it was year upon year upon year of believing what a man should be, what a husband should be, what a father should be. And I felt miserably because those expectations that were set for me by religion, or by anyone else for that matter, they were unrealistic. It was only when I began to find peace within myself, right, and begin to understand who I am as a human being, realize that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, but I'm also perfectly imperfect. It was when that understanding hit me that my life began to change, and I began to become a greater source of knowledge, a greater source of peace, a greater source of encouragement for my family and my friends. It was only then that that happened. So please, please, please do not set unrealistic expectations for yourself. The only person you harm is yourself. I hope this helped you. I hope it's something you can move throughout the day with. And I want you to have an amazing day. And that is an order.